for all the twists and turns of this crazy season for the Badgers. I don't think anyone envisioned Barry Alvarez back on the sidelines at the Rose Bowl, coaching a really big game against Stanford on January 1st. I'm going to talk about that here today, joined by Tom Mulhern, Tom Oates. I'm Adam Mertz, the Wisconsin State Journal. Oatesy, is there a significance to this game? The Badgers have lost 2 straight Rose Bowls. They don't want to lose a third here, do they? And you got Barry back on the sidelines. Is this a big deal for this program?
Well, I think it is a big deal, and you know, some people question whether Barry Alvarez should be coaching this team. Instead, maybe he should be out looking for the future, devoting 100% of his time to hiring a coach during the coaching search, and maybe his time would have been better spent there. But I think this game is really important for the Badgers. One of the things that set Wisconsin apart in the last 10 to 15 to 20 years is they won Rose Bowls. A lot of Big Ten teams didn't win Rose Bowls. Wisconsin won Rose Bowls when Barry Alvarez was there. Now they've lost 2 in a row, and I think it's really important that they don't lose 3 in a row. And for that reason, I think it was a great idea that Barry Alvarez came back. Not only does he know how to win Rose Bowls, but you know, you didn't have a lot of shuffling on the staff like an interim coach, or you just plugged him right in at the top, and away you went. And they're clearly, this program, I think both assistant coaches and players, has been energized by Alvarez's return. So yes, I think it's very important. You don't want to be the team that lost 3 straight Rose Bowls. And talking about in terms of image going forward and everything, I think it's very important.
What do you take out of this game, win or lose, risk reward on it?
I agree with Oatesy. I do think it's significant. I'm doing a story for our special section on the Rose Bowl, talking to some former Alvarez players, and they've said the same thing, that you don't want to be known for losing 3 straight Rose Bowls. I will say, as a caveat, a little bit, that I think sometimes people overlook the matchups they've had these last 2 years, and I'm not making excuses for them, but that was an awful good Oregon team last year that they played down to the very end of the game and had a shot to win at the end. TCU, I think that's a team they could have beat, but that's still an undefeated team. And if things would have broke a different way, they could have been playing for a national title. So, having said that, they had chances to win both games, but those were also difficult matchups. And I think this could be another difficult matchup as well, with, I think, maybe an underrated Stanford team that was kind of the third thought in the Pac-12 coming into the season. So you got to look at matchups a little bit. You know, yes, they deserve credit for being there, and I think 3 straight Rose Bowls is an accomplishment. But I agree with Oatesy, when, you know, it's a long off season, if you have that attached to your name as losing 3 straight Rose Bowls.
Does winning erase also the 5 losses from this year in terms of the asterisk that a lot of people still want to attach to this program?
I think it validates. Maybe it doesn't completely erase. Those 5 close losses are always going to be there, but especially coming off the domination of Nebraska in the Big Ten title game, now a really good Stanford team. If you find a way to win that game, I think it validates what a lot of people thought at the beginning of the year, that this could be a good team.
Clearly, there's some talent on this team. It underachieved, losing 5 games by a total of 19 points. But the championship game, scoring 70 points on Nebraska, showed that this program didn't fall off the map, even though it was 7-5 going into that game. It clearly didn't fall off the map. Clearly, it's on the right track. It's a good team. It had some hard luck, but if they could finish it off with a win like that in the Big Ten championship game, and then a win over a 6th-ranked Stanford team, which is a very good team, I don't know, it would erase, but it would certainly, as Mully said, it would validate that this is a pretty good team and this is still a pretty good program.
We'll have coverage of the Badgers' journey straight up through January 1 on madison.com and in the pages of the Wisconsin State Journal.